Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. Set to go is the kicker, Harrison Butker. And away we go from NRG Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Stroud in the air to start us off. Complete to Dell. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
All right.
Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
All right.
From the 42. Has him on the quick hitter. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48. Here's the first carry for the rookie out of Notre Dame. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
Throw right side. Dell has it. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one. But hey, still enough for that first down. Offense executing early. New set of downs at the 38-yard line. 1st and 10. A run to Mixon. He's got to gain a 6 there. Trent McDuffie getting there for the stop. We managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. 12 yards on that play, and a good call, and that's on the 1st.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st down, Stroud. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. And he gets this forward to the 19. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun, Stroud. To the sideline, Collins brings it in. And he gets them down to the 9 before going out. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
That's pretty impressive, Kate. I mean, to have the awareness, the body control to not just secure the ball, but to keep both feet down on the sideline.
They're going to run here. It's Mixon. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Give him just 1 yard, I think, on the run. Still some work to do here on 2nd and goal.
All right.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Shotgun now for Stroud. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Now Stroud on 3rd and goal. And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans finish up an excellent opening series. C.J. Stroud, the touchdown. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Here's a return from the 7. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Mahomes starting off with a throw. And his first pass falls incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and you couldn't do it.
Trying to find his tight end. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Off play action, it's Mahomes. He's going deep this time. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. Breaks through, and he might break away. And the Texans take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with a pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
Now begin with a run by Mixon. He's contained at the line for no gain. Leo Chanel able to bring him down. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. They motion a receiver left. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. He's got it inside the 25. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kim, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
On the quick, right?
They'll try and punch it in. Finds the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans take a 13-0 lead. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Texans drive out to an early 14-0 lead. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Return starts at the 3. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered kid on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Finds a man right side. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Working quickly here. Mahomes on 1st and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And now it's 2nd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Not on the same page with his tight end. That's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Kansas City sends out its punt team. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. And this is a worm burner. He did not hit that one well. Calls fair catch and has it inside the 40-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it's going to be Texans football. This our last play of the quarter.
Here we go.
One of the tight ends in motion left. A give to Mixon up the middle. And he'll get him a handful on that run as we've reached the end of the first. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. It's a 2-score game early. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession.
All right.
They have it on 2nd and short. Keeping it with Mixon. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it sets up a Houston first.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next 3rd down coming.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
All right.
Here's the one back on the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, He's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. Leo Chanel makes the play. And the Chiefs are going to have it after his second interception of the season. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
Now, what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
And he'll get it up to the 44. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Running for the marker on second. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Offense in the hurry-up here. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He lets one fly deep downfield. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Prime connected with Xavier Worthy there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Yellow.
2nd and 10 now. He's loaded another one up. They connect on the deep shot. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Chiefs chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Running this one left. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Offense up to the line fast. Here's Stroud now. Finds him over the middle. And he's touched down after a nice pickup there to get the first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
They send the tight end in motion left. 2nd and 6 now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
Here we go, let's go.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that first down marker.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Hey, uno. Love it. Good.
Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you could be a Pro Bowler.
Already.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now at NRG. The Texans leading near the break. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Hey, south. Already.
First down, and they go right back to it. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
They're on him again, and he goes down again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down.
Kate, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher. And I could just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive, because this one's going nowhere right now. A drastic change on this play needed, and maybe a whole lot of luck to keep this series alive.
Love it.
On play action, here's Stroud. He fires one deep down the right. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Watson. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
No one around. He's got space. And he's going to step out a yard or two short of the 30. They strike for 23 yards. And it'll be first down, Kansas City. Now it's Mahomes. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. Big gain downfield. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
He's got Smith. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
And they will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs parlay the interception into points. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
That one splits the uprights, and the Chiefs tie things up at 14. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. Back to throw it. He's trying another one deep. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Chiefs are stopped on that return. So that interception is going to be the final play of this opening half. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. That's going to be taken in at the 8. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10.
Attack, attack! Yellow! I don't miss it. Hey, 15. 43! 40!
Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. First down throw, Mahomes. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but, man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
15!
On 2nd and 10 now, Mahomes escapes the pocket. And he goes down a little short of the 40.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. Bouncing football. Oh, but the fumble goes out of bounds. Whew, close call there. 2 yards on the pickup. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
Sometimes, let's face it, it's just better to be lucky than good. Your mind as a runner always goes to worst case scenario when you feel that ball get knocked loose. That time the sideline saved him and his team.
Throwing on first down, Mahomes. Launches one deep downfield. Challenges double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And the Texans take over off their third interception of this game. Well, Brock, it was an absolute battle in the first half as they played to a tie heading into the locker rooms. And already we have the first big play of half number 2 with that INT.
Yeah, not just the first big play, but maybe the first separating play here, Kate. There's always a moment in the second half, especially where one of these teams makes the play, right? That one that we're going to circle and look back to as the defining play of the half. We may just have witnessed it right there.
They'll run here on first down. Into the secondary past the 40. And he's down all the way to the 30. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go.
Stroud off the play fake. He's got him. That's Mixon. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they've got second and 4.
Hey, uno. Oh, ready? Buggy. Under. Hey, uno Mars. Okay.
Shotgun now for Stroud. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets this down to the 22 before being stopped. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
2J.
It's fourth down.
So now a timeout comes in. They can talk over what to do here on 4th and 2. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2.
Here we go. Buggy.
Looking to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's touched as they pick up that first down on 4th.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best. And you get to see how you handle the most pressure. And it turns out they handled it pretty darn well. And now they'll keep pushing.
And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Oh, ready?
Off the play fake, he'll throw. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down.
It's always nice to see teams still employ a fullback. I love rewarding a big guy with some touches during a game. They earn those looks. That was a well-run route, and he showed some soft hands to bring it in.
Look the hot.
Throwing on third down, Stroud. From the pocket. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Now it's Kaimi Fairbairn on to try it for the Texans. He's looking 34 yards here down the middle.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. This return starts at the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Yellow. Hey, 43, 15. Hey, 57.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
They go play action. It's Mahomes. Vacates quickly left side. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Has his man. It's Pacheco. And he'll get this through midfield and starts pushing into Texans territory. Working quickly here. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 3rd and short. Here's Mahomes. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why. And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose. Looking to throw. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession. Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way. Stroud throwing here on 1st. He's on the move. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open or risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away. Tight end in motion left. Stroud to throw again on 2nd. Collins there to grab it. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it sets up a Houston 1st.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
3 quarters in the books from this one. It's the Texans in possession of it, needing to preserve that lead over one final quarter. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
Don't worry.
Running with Mixon out of the gun. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
On the move, headed right. They did it! He made the interception! Picked up by Jalen Watson. And the Chiefs have some new life in the 4th. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Finds him on the crossing route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play.
Attack!
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
Again, Mahomes to throw. That one's complete, right side. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. 3rd and 2, Mahomes to throw. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a 4th quarter lead. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts him in front here in the second half and puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
That one right down the middle. And the Chiefs take a 4-point lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, uno. Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Buys time, rolling right. Wide open down the field, and he has it. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans take a 4th quarter lead. Missed to go up by a field goal here in the 4th. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans push their lead to 3. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Yellow. Hey, yellow, go. 15.
Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Forced out to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
A second down throw for Mahomes. He's got it! Oh, what body control to stay in and get the 2 feet down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw when you throw it that deep outside the numbers that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Has it down close. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. A chance to take their lead beyond a field goal on this point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs take a 4-point lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. Atwell now to return. And this drive will start inside the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
On the quick, right?
Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Here we go.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And they crush him right near the marker. Looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit.
Oh, right.
From the gun, Stroud. That one's complete over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Oh, right.
It's Mixon on 2nd down. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays too.
Pass caught by Mixon. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Ow, for tonight.
Now a give running right. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their 1st. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
All right.
He'll look to throw it. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. This one misses the tight end. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
Go.
They kick the running back in motion.
South. Look the hot.
Here he is to throw. And they can't connect on the third down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got fourth down.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. And not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
Desperation time here on fourth. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive.